Hey, Ryan, we're going to do that thing where we start like 90 seconds to 30 seconds before.
Oh, that's
I hit
so
record.
perfect. We can make a penis joke now. Or we can start the podcast on the Shall We Football podcast.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we could. Welcome to the Shall We Football podcast. You can see our beautiful slide if you're watching on the YouTubes. This episode called Yelling at Experts, part of a 4-part series. This is the penultimate part. This is the SWF quarterback redraft rankings with Connor Rigg out of the Cincinnati area of Kentucky, which is right there at the border between Kentucky and Ohio. This is episode 2, episode 19 of season 2, episode 19 of season 2. Coming up, big welcome to Connor. He'll be joining us this evening as we yell at experts. We share our sleepers, busts, breakouts, and we argue loudly about our rankings. He is an NFL correspondent for Fantasy Pros. That's at Fantasy Pros on Twitter.com. Dynasty and redraft writer for Fantasy Nerds at Dynasty Nerds, at Dynasty Nerds on the Twitter.com. The apparel ad on his Dynasty Nerds page advertised Dynasty Nerds brand boxer briefs, which you too can use to gently cradle your field of dreams for one easy payment of $29.95 up to $32.45 plus tax and shipping. Bargain bar none. Get yourself some undershorts.
That's a pun.
You can find, it was well done.
See what you did there.
Yeah, you can find him on Twitter at ConbonNFL. Get after him on the Twitter machine. You can check his shit out at connorrig.carrd.co. We have checked it out. It is delightful. Spares no expense whatsoever.
No expense.
Yes. He will attempt the pronunciation game, which we have made famous here on the Shall We Football podcast. And finally, we present the McCorkle Award for episode MVP. Suspense for that award always. Yes. Love that. This is how we do things here. We're not here to make friends. Human decency and puns are not tolerated, despite that earlier slide. Name calling is required. Do not wait until people are done talking to voice your opinion. There will be yelling, so just accept that. Keep it brisk because we have tiny bladders. And I just ate a gigantic meal and I'm probably going to shit in about 45 minutes. No rules, just right. Outback Steakhouse. So, gentlemen, shall we football?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Ooh.
What? Surprise boys, aka breakouts. AJ has picked Joe Burrow for his breakout fantasy star.
I'm coining Joey Holes. Joey Holes. Henceforth.
Autocorrect.
Joey
I'm
Holes.
Not sure. I love Joey Holes.
I don't care what you want.
Okay. All right. I almost thought that the one of the stars of that movie on the slide, if you're watching on YouTube, was Bill Parcells, which would probably make that movie a little bit better. To have the tuna up there. Connor, I'm going to start with you since you are the guest. You may be last on the slide because AJ has no couth when he makes these slides. Start with you. Your breakout quarterback, fantasy quarterback of the season.
Okay, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback.
All right.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't. Yeah.
Is something to me sexually.
But no, I think he has massive upside. I think he has top 5 upside in this offense. He brings a rushing floor, so he's safe too. And I think he's going to build on his passing too. I don't think he's going to be as shitty passing as he was last year. And he has Devontae Smith now, and he's a legit wide receiver 1. He's that alpha wide receiver. And yeah, just combined with all those things, that he's definitely someone that you should be targeting.
I love that pick. I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy. And I do think there's only one way but up for his completion percentage. What was it last year, Connor? About 54%, I believe.
Like -2.
Yeah.
It was not good.
It was not ideal for an NFL starting quarterback, but with Joe Flacco pushing him, he could be feeling the heat from Joe. Colt, your fantasy breakout quarterback of the year. Don't steal mine.
This is a little tough because you guys took the top 2 that I have identified as breakouts, honestly. I'm big on Hurts, and I'm big on Joey Holes, as my autocorrect dubbed him. I'm going to dig a little deeper, and I'm going to take a little bit of a long shot. I'm going to go Trey Lance. Now, you're going to have to wait for it, but it's going to happen by mid-season.
Yeah, that is going to be a patience game. Pick him up early. You won't be disappointed late.
First of all, you may have shot yourself in the foot with the sleepers coming up. Also, there will be a direct contradiction on my part to something someone said, which I'm going to yell about, I think.
Okay.
If it comes
I
up
like
next.
that a lot.
There it is. There it is. I said it.
My breakout guy was Ryan Fitzpatrick, by the way. You just skipped right over mine. It's fine.
Do you want to talk about it or
No, I don't. You moved along with the slide. I'm done. I'm past it. We're on to disappointments.
He and Baker were honorable
please
mentions for me.
Stop bitching and just go.
Who are our busts? That is the swell bust of one Orenthal James Simpson. Right there on the right. If you're watching on YouTube. He killed a couple of people allegedly. Wrote a book about it. Connor, who is your perceived bust? AJ stole yours right out from under your feet with your breakout as being Jalen Hurts. He doesn't think Jalen Hurts is going to be good. I agree with Connor.
I mean, there's definitely a downside with Hurts too, but I mean, I can see it. But if I had to pick a bust, I would say it would be Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I know that may be a hot take, and I
like
love
it.
Russ too.
Hot take.
Yeah,
Hot take.
This is more of a Pete Carroll than a Russell Wilson.
Right. On the offense, new coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, if they're willing to let him actually cook, then my answer will probably be different. But I got to see it first. And you saw at the second half of the season, he kind of tailed off towards the end, and I think he's going as QB6 on Fantasy Pros, maybe, which is a little bit too high with someone who, tailed off towards the end of the season. But I mean, my answer could change if they want to let him actually cook for an entire season.
I gotta say, busts were actually pretty tough. I'm calling it just disappointment boys. It was pretty tough to like single one out.
Yeah, AJ, can you expound on your Jalen Hurts theory there?
Well, you remember that completion percentage we talked about?
I did hear about that once or twice.
Yeah, that was spooky. That was real low. That was like Jake Locker low. Not a big fan. I don't know that if that offensive line gets dinged up, which they have every single year, especially in recently because they're aging. And then and this is never going to happen, but under the slight chance Devontae Smith needs a little time, a little tiempo to get acclimated, which Devontae Smith doesn't acclimate. He just dominates. That's the nature of Devontae Smith. Word of the Lord. And I don't know if there's a lot of uncertainty, which is why the high projection for him is what, and like Connor said, he was thinking QB5. I think, I don't want to misquote you there, but I know that even if it's not yours, like there is tons of people who would agree with that sentiment if that's the case. I just feel like that's a little high. Side note, we love Jalen Hurts and he seems like a fantastic dude. So side note, Jalen Hurts, big follower, big listener of the pod. I'm sorry that you're a
long-time listener.
He's been listening for decades, I think. Anyway, I'm sad to make him a disappointment boy, but there it stands. And in no way am I comparing him to OJ Simpson.
Who is going to be rated highly before the season? And then at the end of it, you look at it and think, why in the hell did I draft this fella?
Was that for me?
Yeah, that was for you. Sorry, it was a little long.
Actually, Colt's going to go first. So if you could pipe down for a second.
Well, on my disappointment boy selection?
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers because who knows what's going on. He was the MVP last year. I drafted him in the 10th round last year and rode him to a fantasy championship. I mean, so we saw pissed off Rodgers last year. Now we're going to see pissed off Rodgers again this year, but is he even going to care if he even signs in Green Bay?
We're going to get apathetic Rodgers.
Apathetic Rodgers. That's the word I was thinking of. So
apathetic
he's going to be like
Aaron to keep it alliterated.
Yeah, I don't fucking care, guys. Like, I just gave you an MVP season and you can't give me the contract I want and you can't pull your heads out of your ass as a front office. I mean, I'll get it done, but, I think there's just way too many question marks and way too much intrigue going on with that whole situation right now. Even if he happens to start playing week 5 when they are 1-3 and, hey, we need you, buddy. Can you get in there and take us to the playoffs? Yeah, he may apathetically, I guess. I could be wrong, but I don't have a great feeling about it.
Very good, Colt. Very good. And I wouldn't want to be doing a draft right now and have Aaron Rodgers as an option because you just don't know.
Right. And I think he's going. I'm trying
to have that option now.
Yeah.
When we draft, you're going to have to do that now.
They could figure this thing out, and everything could be hunky-dory by the time the season rolls around and everything's fine. Or they could not figure this thing out, and there's the potential that he does not play. And if he does play, doesn't really care.
As we stand right now, I mean, that's kind of my thoughts, though. I'm very unsure. ECR is 8 on Fantasy Pros for A-Rod.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of risk.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bernie Kosar as my fantasy
that is a
bust.
Hot take. That is so spicy as shit.
I'm going to go with Derek Carr. Actually, is who I'm going to go.
God damn it!
Yeah, I'm going to go with Derek Carr coming off the season of his career. Pretty much his contract is on the line in Las Vegas, and fans are getting antsy with Derek Carr. So we'll see what happens. Nighttime Boys. It sounds sexual and violent.
Let it happen.
Kevin Bacon on the slide. Sleepers.
I like it. Yeah.
Sleepers. AJ's is Big Ben Roethlisberger. Tell us why.
So in the beginning of the offseason, I saw that offensive line and I was like, this is a garbage heap. They're replacing their stalwarts. And then I remembered those stalwarts were pretty shitty. And I sort of changed my tune. I was like, I don't know if it really can get worse. So, and they managed to go 11-0 before falling off like an absolute cliff. And they've got younger guys in there, guys that they have some confidence in, like Banner, Okorafor. They drafted Kendrick Green, still got David DeCastro. And I don't know if, like, what's going to happen now. They went 11-0 with that offense in that iteration. And if this is broken record shit, I guarantee you could just cut and paste this shit from previous episodes into this episode. And I'm pretty sure I said exactly that a few episodes ago, that you could cut and paste, whatever. So he's got Johnson, he's got Claypool, he's got Juju, he's now got Harris and Freiermuth, and he still has Eric Dropsies Ebron. But,
yeah.
Like, I mean, how much worse could it get? He's got more weapons now. And I think those little dump offs to Najee Harris could pad his stats a little bit. My point with this Sleepers is I think he's going to finish above where he's being projected. I don't think this is going to be a guy that just leads you to the promised land in your fantasy league, but I think he's going to finish. I think there's going to be more value than is being projected, which is why I went with him for Sleepers here.
I like that. Connor, drop us some knowledge. I've got a spicy one.
Okay. I'm gonna go Tua.
Ooh,
Nice. You stole mine.
Plaudits.
I like the thought though.
Yeah. I think I wrote about Tua in our just recent article on Dynasty Nerds. I had him as a buy. No, they put weapons around him. They brought in Will Fuller. They still had Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, and then Miles Gaskin. And then they drafted Jalen Waddle. I was pretty high on too.
Right.
So, and they still got a good offensive line, and they got a pretty good defense too. So they're surrounding him with all the talent to succeed. I know last season was a pretty rough one, but we didn't even know he was going to play last year. That was a major injury that he had. But no, I think he set up well for this season. I don't even know. I think he's probably not in the top 24 QBs on Fantasy Pros. I wouldn't believe. I may be wrong on that, but
He is 21.
he's 21. Okay.
Yeah.
But still,
That's still low.
yeah, it's
It
still
is.
pretty low. I definitely think he can outperform that.
For sure.
Yeah, I think his ceiling's probably, I'd say he could finish as the QB1 because he does bring some rushing upside. I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray, but he's going to get you maybe 200-300 rushing yards in a season. So
That's
yeah,
a nice bonus.
Yeah,
Nice
Connor
baseline.
was talking earlier about Spencer Rattler and guys that can move, and there's different degrees of that, but like he fits that profile. Guys with some wiggle, guys that can move. And again, he said it's not Lamar Jackson. We're not talking about Kyler Murray, but guys with mobility, guys that can get in spots to make throws within or just without the pocket, just outside the pocket. So Connor and Colt, you said you agreed with this. If I say that offensive line is a concern to me, what is your rebuttal? And I'm going to yell.
Steelers.
Yes. That's a good one, Ryan.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm gonna argue the short passing game with Gesicki and Waddle, and some checkdowns to Miles Gaskin.
Merit.
I would
mean-
like to see Tua succeed for sure. He just seems like a nice fella.
He does.
That is amazing analysis. Right?
My sleeper is Jameis Winston.
Oh,
Holy tits.
Jameis Winston is
I'm
my
listening.
sleeper. I think that dude, he is going to throw a bazillion touchdowns in Sean Payton's offense. He may throw a half a bazillion picks, but he is going to put up points. He's going to put up yards. The dude threw for 5,000 yards one year. Like the kid can play. Put him in the right system, give him the right coach. I think he could be in line for a major uptick in fantasy value.
I like it.
That is my pick. The spiciest of the spice.
Okay. My only concern with that is how often is Sean Payton going to bring in Taysom Hill in the red zone and on the goal line?
True.
Yeah, so Colt, we'll discuss your feelings on Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, where that quarterback
Mhm.
competition falls later. Do you agree with? I know you agree with Tua. Do you have one specifically, a sleeper or a nighttime boy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Carson Wentz is my lost boy here. Is my nighttime boy. Corey Feldman.
What's that mean?
Yeah, man.
He was in
I
Lost
think-
Boys. He wasn't in Sleepers.
I know. That's I was referencing Lost Boys too.
Yeah. By the way, for
Uh,
listeners, I put a poster of the movie Sleepers.
Right.
in your-
Star-studded cast.
There's a lot
Also-
of pictures on here that make zero sense. Go ahead, Colt.
Also, I had a really random thought. I was waiting in line at Walgreens the other day, and I was looking at the Inquirer and all that bullshit, those magazines and stuff. Well, I was stuck in line, and I noticed that the Prince, he has a pretty sharp resemblance to Carson Wentz. Anybody notice that? Prince Wentz? That's where I'm
Yeah.
going with this. Okay.
Harry Wentz. Yes.
Yes,
I'm not having
exactly.
this- I'm not having this conversation with you. Let's move on.
Hey, you guys know he was my golden boy last year. I fought for him until
you
he was
rode
just-
him into the grave.
did.
And I kept
Until he
saying
was
that he
just-
stinks.
Yeah, but hey, when he got a little punch drunk, I gave up. I'm like, all right. I do think, in all seriousness, he has a chance. Being reunited with Frank Reich is a big part of it. Also, Paris Campbell, another fantasy darling of mine and many others. He could really be in for a big time target share, and that matches what Wentz has shown us in the past with his passing game. Tight ends, slot receiver, middle of the field, short passing game. T.Y. Hilton's still there. I mean, he's nowhere near vintage T.Y. Hilton. He did have some flashes of that last year, which was nice to see. He still kind of got it a little bit, but Michael Pittman entering year 2, Jonathan Taylor, the O-line, everything around him is set up to succeed. I don't think he's going to be a breakout necessarily, but like AJ said, the wording was perfect. I think the value is there to where you can at least stream him a handful of times in the right matchup and be totally okay with that.
Well,
Contextualize these rankings, Colt. This is in order.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun,
Starting on one. Okay.
no, I mean, you don't just start with the rankings. Just give us the context of them.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
your rankings
okay.
that you gave us earlier this week.
They're on the PowerPoint slides.
They're coming up. Tell us how you came to these conclusions before we see them.
Is this your first
Okay.
time, dude?
No. The slides, I thought something else was about to happen. I don't know if you're going to go ring announcer on us. I don't know. I mean,
It was a one-time
Yeah.
thing. There's a one-time.
okay. I would love to see it again. So please break it out. All right. So I did the ranks based on 6 point per passing touchdown. Most of the leagues I play in are 6 point, half or full PPR. And that's how I put the rankings down. I know some of you guys play in 4 point. I don't think there's too much discrepancy in the 4 to 6 personally, but I had fun doing it. I dug pretty deep into last year's stats, looking at free agency moves, injuries, O-lines, this, that, and the other. It was fun.
Ryan and I proofread these for spelling errors and various other mistakes, and we stand behind them fully, and we're
Okay.
willing to die on the sword for them. So with that said,
Going down with the ship.
Now-
Here we go.
it's time to unveil the rankings and yell at experts. So let's raise our voices, put down our glasses, and get to business.
Here we go. Rankings 1 through 10. Number 1, Kyler Murray. Number 2, already future Hall of Famer, Patrick Mahomes. Don't call him Pat because that's his father. Number 3, Dak Prescott. Number 4, Josh Stallion. Number 5, Lamar Jackson. Number 6, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Number 7, Brussels Wilson. Number 9, Justin Herbert. Number 8, Justin Herbert. Excuse me. I'm trying to get. There you go. Number 9, Ryan Tannehill. Number 10, Aaron Rodgers, should he play. Connor, your thoughts?
No, this is pretty much my top 10.
Oh,
No.
You just wildly validated Colt.
Okay.
Yes.
yelling.
No, I have Jalen Hurts in there. I think with his rushing upside, you got to have him somewhere in the top 10.
Where did you put him, if I can ask?
Yeah, I actually moved him up a little bit today to QB7.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
But no, I mean, if it's a 6 point per passing touchdown, I have Mahomes 1. I can definitely see the argument for Murray for sure, because he can realistically get you 4,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards too.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't argue with that, but I think Mahomes could break Peyton Manning's touchdown record this year in 17 games. I think he has a really
that's
good
true.
shot. Mhm.
It's a good
And
point.
and passing record too. I think this could be a career year for Mahomes. But you have Dak 3. I have Josh Allen 3, and then you have Josh Allen 4. I have Lamar Jackson, and then Dak Prescott. You have 3, and I have him at 5. So we have pretty much the same, the top 5, just in a different order. So, but I do like the Tom Brady at 6 though. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I have him a little bit lower, but kind of been flirting with the 7 through 9, so I can move him up too. But for the most part, yeah, it's a pretty good list though. Not too much to complain about besides not having Jalen Hurts in the top 10.
I had him at 11. If it's any consolation.
Are we back to being a pro Tom Brady podcast? I haven't decided yet.
Can I be sincerely honest with you, Ryan?
Yes, please
Like,
do. Be
like,
completely sincerely.
I don't give a shit.
Mm,
If I'm
Fair.
being totally honest with you, I think I don't care.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like
Brady
that
had
analysis.
he quietly had a tremendous year last year. He threw for 4,633 yards, 40 TDs, 12 picks. He also rushed for a whopping 6 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns.
What's on the back of your computer?
Oh, that's Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Is
I've
anyone
He
yet
had a
to-
big year.
is anyone going to acknowledge the cat?
That is a handsome feline.
El Gato.
Yeah, it's got a cowboy hat and what appears to be a denim vest.
Yeah.
Some nice denim.
Does he have car keys in his hand or what
Big
is
fan
his
of denim. And they can't hold car keys. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
They don't have thumbs. What's at the bottom
Yeah.
right? Is that a trident or a rake?
Stool?
That might be a logo. Please see the last slide if it is. Please don't give us another copyright strike.
Mercy.
So
me.
Connor-
11 through 20, Ed Sheeran with googly eyes.
I love it.
It also could be Carson Wentz with googly eyes. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
think
Colts
that's
had
where we're
Jalen Hurts so good. Hurts so bad to read that out loud. 12, Matty Snapback. Big Matthew Stafford podcast here, Connor, just to
Snaps.
let you know.
Snaps.
13.
Longtime family friend too.
Yes. Yeah, Matthew Stafford. Yeah.
Totally untrue.
Yeah.
Completely false.
We
Number
share
13.
emails occasionally.
Yeah. Snail mail, the USPS. Taysom Hill at 13. Joe Burrow at 14. If you were concerned about Joey Holes. Hmm.
Hey, a hole is a burrow. I mean, you know.
No, a burrow is what you do to make a hole, Colt.
I mean, there's a correlation.
You burrow holes. I get it. Well
True.
done. Kirk kisses his cousins. 16, Carson Wentz, potentially Ed Sheeran with googly eyes, depending on the day and how deep into the tailgate you are.
Or the sack total.
Yeah. 17, Baker, touchdown maker. 18, Trevor Lawrence. 19, Fitzmagic. 20, Matt Ryan, the natural, as Rich Eisen calls him. Connor, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question. So you guys are projecting Taysom Hill to win the job?
That is
So
Colt.
this is
That is Colt.
yes, we are solidarity.
We are doing
And this
that,
is
yes.
whenever Connor is finished, Colt, you may defend our honor.
Okay. Our collective honor.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to double check. Yeah, I haven't really ranked Taysom Hill and James Winston because I'm kind of waiting for that to play out. But I think both of them are going to play regardless because Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill in those special packages. So I think it's going to hurt them both. But I'm just going to wait till August to rank them. But I have Joe Burrow 12th, and he's not too low on yours. He's 14, so that's not a bad ranking. I'm curious to hear Baker being 17 though, because for me personally, I just don't see the upside in a run-heavy offense. But I mean, I'm willing to listen to reasoning though.
Oh, yelling. You guys,
I have no reasoning.
Perfect.
great content.
I do. I just wanted to yell.
Yeah, we're
As
not.
well played, Colt. What is your reasoning, sir?
My reasoning is, so I really like what I saw from Baker at the end of the year last year. Really started to find a nice rhythm with run and passing balance in the offense. Stefanski year 2, Beckham's back. I personally, I'm staying away from Beckham in fantasy. I just,
Mhm.
I mean, I might take him if he's still there in the 8th round, 7th, 8th round, something like that. But I don't think we're ever going to see the Beckham that was again. I would hope there's a little more continuity with Beckham and Baker. Not so much forcing the ball his way, maybe some maturity from one Odell. So I don't know, man. I mean, looking at last year, Baker he threw for 3,563 yards, 26 TDs, only 8 picks. He rushed for 165 yards and 1 TD. So, I mean, it's not monumental. He's always been kind of a streaming QB in my mind, but I think this year with Stefanski in year 2, it's one of the best offensive lines in the league, especially for run blocking. But I don't know, man. I just think Baker, he's finding his stride, and I think this is the year he takes that next step forward.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely see your points. Yeah, he definitely was way better at taking care of the ball because he was like, he was top. I think it was like top 3 or top 5 interceptions in 2019. So he definitely did. He definitely did a lot better taking care of the ball, and I think they did a lot more play action too, which I think he's actually pretty good at when they run that. So, I mean, I don't hate Baker. I'm just kind of concerned about them wanting to run the ball a lot of the time. And yeah, he was kind of forcing the ball to Odell in 2019. So that's probably why he had so many interceptions, just trying to force him the ball. But I mean, if he can continue to take a step forward, then yeah, I can definitely see him break the top 20.
Yeah, Connor, does this strike you as like the Brussels Wilson sort of conundrum with play calling?
Yeah. I mean, if they call more play action with Baker, then yeah, I definitely think he can improve for sure. But I still think it's going to be Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the running game. For the most part. So I don't have a problem with him. I mean, he's a good QB2 streaming option, but I just have a hard time seeing the upside. Like, what do you guys think is his ceiling, absolute ceiling?
Well, let me ask you this. Where do you have him?
Kirk Cousins is his ceiling.
Where were you thinking for him? Yeah, I could see Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Let me pull up my rankings. I think I have him outside.
While you're pulling that up, I believe I saw a stat earlier in the offseason that when Baker runs play action to his left, he was the best quarterback in football. But how often can you call a play action to Baker's left?
Well, when you give when the potential other aspect of that play is a run to Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt, I could totally see why teams are like play the run and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah. Baker can sling it though. He throws fastballs, heaters all the time.
Yep.
I just pulled it up. I literally have Baker 21. So I mean, he's okay. Yeah, so he's right outside the 20. But I mean, yeah, I could definitely see him inside the top 20 though this season.
Contract year kind of for him.
I love Baker.
Me too. We all love Baker. We're a very pro Baker Mayfield podcast. Rankings 21 through 30. Big Bang, Trey Lance, Derek Carr, Zach Babyface Wilson, Justin Fields of Dream. Oh, cold. 26.
I didn't read that.
Yes, you did.
Tua Tagovailoa. 27. Sam Darnold. 28. Danny Dimes. Daniel Jones. 29. Teddy Two Gloves. And 30. King Joffrey. That would be Jared Goff out there in Detroit, actually, Rock City.
It's pronounced Goffrey, though.
Whatever.
He's a king.
There's also, side note, there's a picture of Louis Anderson here because I really like it. big fan of Louis Anderson.
Yeah,
really.
Does this have a correlation to any one player on this slide, AJ? I'm curious.
No, he's wearing a bolo. He's wearing a bolo tie.
He looks like a love child between Ben Roethlisberger and Michael Strahan.
The gap. Oh man.
All right,
this is great.
Connor, please bring some substance to this.
No, I mean this is where all the rookies are pretty much going to be ranked. I think Justin Fields and Trey Lance should start week 1, but it doesn't really matter what I think.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm 10 spots higher on Tua. I mean, I'm probably a little bit aggressive on his ranking, but I'm a believer in him. But no, for the most part, yeah, it's pretty good. I like Big Ben in this range too. I think he has pretty good upside, especially if his arm's healthy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think there was an article that came out that said that his arm didn't feel like it used to be last season. So, I mean, if he's the Big Ben of old, then yeah, he definitely has good upside in this range. And what are you guys' thoughts on Sam Darnold, especially in the Panthers offense now?
He's still going to be Sam Darnold. He's still going to make 3 or 4 plays a game that make you go, "What the fuck are you doing, Sam?" And then he's going to be pretty good outside of those 3 or 4 plays. I mean, that was kind of his deal with the Jets, is he was overall not that bad, and then he would make 3 or 4 plays a game where you just think, have you ever watched football, like, ever?
Yeah.
So I think one quarterback above every single other one in the league that could use a quality tight end is Sam Darnold, and he does not have that in Carolina.
He does.
All right.
You're not a fan of Dan Arnold? Come on, man.
The postman. Darren Arnold, they're brothers, cousins.
We may be in Raleigh. We are not Panthers fans in this household.
Yeah. I mean, they're my default number 2. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair. They haven't made it onto my radar yet. I'm still new.
so you brought up the point about the Tua ranking, and I totally feel you as well. I think what I was toying with was Lance and Tua at 22 and 26. I mean, that's a gap between those ranks, but I had a hard time. But I just feel like the upside of Lance in Shanahan's offense with his rushing ability and the short passing game with Debo and Ayuk and plug and play next running back in the depth chart. I don't know, man. I just got a hunch that they paid up so much to get Trey Lance. I find it hard to believe that he's not playing meaningful snaps by at least week 2 or 3.
Third and goal from the 6. They're going to run QB power left every time.
Yeah.
That dude is a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to ask you.
I could be way wrong, but it's just a hunch.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, how many games do you think we'll get out of Lance this season? So you think it's majority of the season then?
I do.
I think we're probably looking at 13 or 14.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 13 or 14.
Yeah, if he gets 13 or 14, I may even move him up to inside the top 20, honestly, because he brings that rushing ability. Like he could be like not the next Kyler Murray, but like with that rushing ability, that dual threat.
He's not fast. I mean, he's not super fast.
The next Cam, maybe.
Yeah.
Cam wasn't incredibly fast, but he's a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast Cam Newton was, because Cam Newton always seemed to be as fast as he needed to be.
That's so true. So I looked at, I compared him athletically with the composite score from the combine, and I was trying to compare Allen, Danny Dimes, and our boy Cam Newton, and Cam is in like his own stratosphere per those athletic measurables, and he ran in the 4.5s, by the way.
Yeah, he didn't run well at the combine, but he ran away from Patrick Peterson, who ran a 4.2.
Well, let's put that in context. We're talking about a LeBron James sized human being running in the 4.5. So maybe 4.5s. And if you, he ran poorly, and he's running in the 4.5s at 6'5", 200 and what the fuck.
Yeah. And when Auburn played LSU and beat LSU, he ran away from Patrick Peterson. 31 through 37. Is that Evan?
That's my roommate.
That is beautiful.
I love the mustard shirt as well. Like
he has no idea this is happening.
I wish he had, it looks like a shadow of a soul patch there.
Yeah.
It's a good look for him.
Yeah.
It's like accountant look for Evan. 31, Jameis Winston. 32, Cam Newton. 33, Tyrod Taylor. 34, the one and only Michael Jones. 35, Jimmy G. 36, the Red Rocket.
Nope.
37, Deshaun Watson.
Nope.
It's eternally.
No matter how many times you say it, it's the Red Rifle. And that's Andy Dalton. Don't confuse people.
With a dog's erection.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Connor, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you got Cam and Mac Jones there. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how long Cam Newton lasts, because I think Mac Jones, by the bye week at least, is going to take that job.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
And like you said, like with those quarterback battles, this is subject to change because of that, and that affects Winston and Hill, that affects Lance and Jimmy G, and then definitely affects Cam Newton and McCorkle Jones.
Yeah, and then I kind of think we're just all waiting to see what happens with the Deshaun Watson drama. Yeah, so I mean, it's hard to project how many games he's actually going to play. So I'm holding.
Do you think he plays any?
I mean, that's tough. He's definitely going to get suspended. We already know that. It's just how many games.
Would you be more shocked if he played 13 games after a 4-game suspension, or if he didn't play at all?
Would I be more shocked? I'd probably be more shocked if he only played 13 games. I think it's more likely that he gets suspended the entire season.
Yeah, at least 8, if not the whole season.
Yeah, I think 8 may be the bare minimum.
I think he gets the Antonio Brown suspension.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It is now time for the pronunciation game. These are words that handsome, strapping lad on the previous slide cannot say. This all came about because of Evan, and in homage to young Carmison, we now challenge you. You may not opt out of any of these names. AJ, take it away.
So, the pronunciation game, and the first one we have is the Clemson quarterback of the present and number 1 pick of the future. This one is real tough, and you can go ahead and give it a shot.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. DJ. There we go. I got his first name right.
Nailed it.
Snaps.
Great start.
Snaps.
Okay. Galili.
That is
almost
not the worst we've heard. Not nearly the worst we've heard. For reference, Evan calls him a gunglier. His actual name is DJ Uyunglele.
Oh wow.
So our next one is an edge rusher playing for the New Orleans Saints, formerly of the Kansas City Chiefs. He is out of the lovely BYU in Utah. What is his name?
Okay. Tano Pasagon.
Not the worst we've heard either.
No, just a bit outside.
Yep. Tano Kapassignon.
That sounds delicious.
Like a filet Kapassignon.
Okay. All right. So the next one is a tight end out of Missouri, the backup for the Denver Broncos behind Noah Fant. His name, what's it?
Okay. Albert Owagabon.
I like it.
I butchered that so bad.
That one might be the worst attempt we've heard. Albert Okwegbanam.
Ooh, that one's tricky. So the next one is an edge rusher from a school that I perpetually forget.
Damn it, I forgot it again.
Yeah, that's bad. Shit. He is an edge rusher for the New York Giants. What is his name?
O'Shawn. O'Shawn. Zimonins.
Whoa.
This is amazing.
Dude, it's awful.
That is a tremendous effort. It is O'Shane Shimenez.
Sounds like a dance.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like a dance. So the next one.
Sounds like a candy.
Okay, cool. All right. So the next one
Jimenez.
is an Auburn cornerback, former first-round pick of the Miami Dolphins, helping in the nickel packages for them and making that secondary maybe the best in the NFL. What is his name?
Noah Benogen. Benogen,
I would like to say that's close, Connor.
but it's not.
It is not.
Can I say this one? It's one of my favorite ones to say.
It feels good. It's bouncy.
It
It's
does.
a bouncy
It's-
word.
It's Noah Igbenogany.
Yeah, that feels good. It's
It
just
does.
nice. So the next one, Connor.
O'Shane
Go ahead.
Jimenez, Old Dominion, by the way.
Oh, shit, I'm not gonna forget that. So the next one you might remember from last year, Connor, as a 1 year darling in 1 week darling in fantasy. He is a wide receiver and all-purpose player for the New England Patriots. What is his name?
Gunnar Ozolski.
Nope, not even.
Dude.
The third-year pro out of Bemidji State.
What the hell is that?
It's a JUCO. Is Gunnar Olszewski.
Oh, Shevsky.
Evan called him. He quit halfway through and just called him Gunnar. Oh shit.
So the next one is Navy's head coach. Awesome dude, brought that program back, and they are relevant now, or so more in the past, maybe a few years ago. But great coach, does Navy proud. What is his name?
Ken Numatolo.
Nope.
It's
Bordering, maybe another syllable there.
it's a thing.
Mhm.
It happened.
AJ, I'll give this one to you, bud, because
Okay.
this one's fun to say too.
Ken Niamatalolo, which is, again, it's a bouncy word. It feels nice in the
Yeah.
mouth area. I really enjoy it. So
Mhm.
this next one is an Oklahoma linebacker. Ryan
Correct.
brought this one on.
I
What
did. I
is
saw it on
his name? The
Yeah,
torture. The torture.
the red and
continues.
white game.
Oh God. David Agwogobi.
That was a good effort.
Started strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, half points on that one.
Fucking
points.
David Ukwogbu.
Ryan.
Yes. Do you have your web browser handy, Connor?
Web browser. Let me pull it up. Hold on.
Yes. Be it
Yes.
Firefox or
Yeah.
Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Go to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Type in this name on the screen that you're seeing. He is the Houston Texans kicker. And I'm not going to ask you to pronounce his God-given name.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to look at it and give me your reaction. Great radio.
Stop it, Ryan.
Oh
It was
my
on me.
God.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my God. You heard it here. Candid.
I feel bad for his teachers in high school.
I know. That's why he goes by Kaimi.
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 I had him on my fantasy team last year. It was not great.
Clap,
Congratulations to tonight's winner of the McCorkle Award. That'd be Connor Rigg,
Yes,
our esteemed
glorious.
guest.
Thank you.
Last week's winner, AJ, what was his name?
It's written there and you can read it yourself.
Yep, Zare Kansaberian.
Hey,
how you pronounce that one.
All right.
Thank you, Connor.
Huge.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Shall We Football. We are the dummies who clap. Plug your shit for us one more time, Connor, please.
All right. You can follow me at Kanban NFL. You can catch me on Dynasty Nerds too.
Perfect. Connor, thank you once again. You are a great sport and a wealth of knowledge. In your humble and sincere opinion, what makes an expert?
I think it's someone who has extensive knowledge and expertise at a certain, whether it be a sports class, just any kind of topic, honestly. And I just think you got to be doing it for a good bit, and you have to be respected by a good amount of people. And hopefully I'm there one day.
You're respected by us, Connor.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
We are by no means equal to your level, so we cannot be called peers. So take our respect for what it's worth, which is not much.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Shall We
Plebeian.
Football Podcast. Please subscribe to our beautiful baby podcast on any and all platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, etc. Every episode of the Shall We Football Podcast also available in video format on the YouTubes. So like, subscribe, press the notification bell for alerts every time we upload. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at SWF_podcast. That's at SWF_podcast. Please don't give us a copyright infringement for that cat.